and they the Peace Council no 5-member committee and as a 5 members a kopio hono and so ebono ho anoba se ombeboa no amasumdwe na ye peno etimi abaso ewo parliament. But let me take these messages and I'll come back to the studios, then we continue with our discussions here. DJ Paidemo ewo Swami Kumasi or if I will waste my time and vote for NDC party, I'd rather stop and pound fufu and eat, because we Ghanaians have fallen in love with the party NPP. So we will vote for NPP party for an improvement and a brighter future. Greetings to Dr. Bawumia Odino Kwekwapia, Honorable Maxwell Ofosu Boache Swami MCE, Dr. Bernard Santi, CEO Ghana Gas, and Honorable Evis Osei Mensada Asunafo South West. Okay. Neno DJ Opaidemo Komensam ewo Pillar 2 Dome Kwabena ono so EDB Abba. Or say the real game changer is the utilization, not a 24-hour economy. And in Kukubuo Nketenkete. If you vote for NDC, free SHS and training allowances will be cancelled. Special greetings to lawyer Michael Kwe Jr., PC for Dome Kwabena, and Honorable Nana Amado Kuya PC for Kaikwe North by Komensam Dome Pillar 2. And all the way are praying and pay. Right, you can keep yours coming on 0244 or can keep yours coming on 0551 599 933 0551 599 933. Nafi yajo so nafi yedi enkomo. Maya sanko aye palm nafi yenkutie fully niema ekoso eko aye Supreme Court yenkutie niema ekoso wamra. The Chief Justice panel judges na omotena issue a ekoko piemu afenyo Markins and a day sema piemu our parliament ekop dan Supreme Court say omonhwe na omo interpret article 97G and H no emom ni nyina ne say the Speaker of Parliament eka say nipa nan bia omo parliamentarians enam say wo mo kontankra na omo free omo party mu miensa de sana na etiem na ba koso aye contemporary oba be don party no enti party mra na se parliament mra no wo evoku na fe wahwe na wobutu obo nkonwa na sebi sede mra ne tie no omo adi aye adwuma nti o declare omo seats no vacant na so na so let me put it that way pronounce it say vacant na no na afenyo maken ono majority leader ewo parliament that tabri asemi edikopim ewo Supreme Court. Yanko na fe yensan hwensem na ekoso ho no na fe ba yede ano aba abetum ebi. Na the yanko ti justice, Chief Justice in some of the Tujano.
And Vice President are exempt from obeying the orders of the Supreme Court when they are made to give effect to his duty to prevent a violation of the Constitution. Because of the irreparable harm to the constituencies made up of hundreds of thousands of Ghanaians who would have lost their MPs without the option of a by-election, and the irreparable harm to the MPs who would have lost their seats in Parliament in these last few weeks to the 7 by-elections, if the meaning put on Article 97(1)(g) by the Speaker was enforced without a clear determination of the disputes around it, this court found it expedient to compel the parties to allow an early hearing rather than make an order that would last only 10 days. This is the reason for the Supreme Court's orders abridging the 14 days allowed for defending a constitutional action through a statement of case and directing the parties to file their respective statements of cases within 7 days and present the issues for resolution immediately thereafter. If the parties had complied with the court's orders, this would have taken all of the 10 days the applicant urges an ex parte order ought to last. Compliance would also have enabled this court to dispose of this case by this week, including the question of whether the suit is competent in form or the jurisdiction of this court has been properly invoked. It is important, and the question of whether the jurisdiction has been properly invoked is different from whether the jurisdiction exists. It's a different legal question. It is important to place on record that both the plaintiff and the Attorney General have complied with these orders, and this court is able to complete hearing of this suit if the Speaker chooses to file no processes for the. So, Mr. Sorry, will you be filing anything, or should we hear without you?
Oh, no, I don't have instructions on that matter, but especially so that if my lady looks at the affidavit that I filed, I said the order was served on the Speaker on Monday, so he has 7 days. I will speak with him to draw his attention to the court's ruling.
So it was served on him on the order was served on him on Monday.
That's Monday.
Monday was 29th?
No, last Monday is the 20th.
Monday, just around 2 weeks ago.
No, wait.
No.
On the 20th. It was served on the 20th.
On the 20th?
No,
and today is the
21st. It was 21st.
So he's gone past the 7 days?
No, but if he's served with the order on that specific day, telling him to file within 7 days, it takes effect on the date of service. That is my understanding.
So he was supposed to file by 28th?
No, by the rules of the court, where the time limited for doing something is 7 days or less, weekends.
So he was supposed to file by when?
If we take out. No. Today.
Today?
Yes.
This suit is adjourned to Friday for completion. File your processes by close of day tomorrow. This is a constitutional crisis. We are living in a country where the parliament is not sitting. What is going on?
I'm not too sure that this suit is to enable parliament sit. It's to declare.
Very well. Yes, I take it. That's really in your.
So if I would plead.
To we in some be a course so Supreme Court now they said the Chief Justice ono ene yenra third sorry and so edi eho enkomo na yede sebio yenimu mra enti yebeko mra wo munimu mra lawyers no ho na afi yako akotie wo so yomo eka efa de course enra ewo Supreme Court no eho yeko a lawyer ohene Amankwa Jane private legal practitioner na yakwa akuti nsema obeka ede afa nsema course ewo Supreme Court no eho lawyer. Thank you.
Thank you, Kodi.
Good morning.
Good morning. No, I pom to say.
Nyame adom ye ho ye pa na so e.
Oba de adom dia sorry ya. Ye ti asi die. Na ye dia se da be ma twe dia pon Nyankopon.
Ye de nyame ase. Enra ejebo enra na Supreme Court ene yenra abangbabin asem no womu ehya sese womu edi na substantive issue na nkasa de yenya enko wadarma manim de kakra enra de course no mayenti nsema wo kafa ho.
Okay. Picture bi na bencha Ghana de share ene wompo awa ma no ne awaje bre Kessben Maakye program na yembo mabaso Jumadia Mosumudi Edeboa or my Ghana. Na Sunday Ubisano. Assembly ebaye from the 17th of October, Speaker Ekoma the ruling say 4 members of Parliament or no Nigerian say Oma vacate or seat pursuant to Article 97 1G and H of the Constitution. No, and the Honorable African Maakye na ononso Sonyasem According Supreme Court for interpretation of some constitutional provision. No, and when Titama or draw speaker attention, saying that can speaker and change so. Say or this substantive case no coin or sign file application for interlocutory injunction. And then can be restraining speaker say on course say Obama sa ruling. No, but the speaker can say or no the acquire or before so the process in the free Supreme Court registry. Now was what they best ever no na enye Monday no parliamentary service legal service way of parliament no omanye and you know belly so etoto ho say omo de omo serve omo and the speaker can so no the service no regular or proper service enti omo ansum and the be and say crana secular be call round and that speaker instructs legal service for the one return this process no I want the best ever because not any regular process. I mean, for me, can say Near the council because you several process now and regular. I just was saying come back to court to say service now you several on your regular and setting aside. You don't write a letter, administrative letter to say who to say and your regular and no the man speaker as Supreme Court who say speaker no about the ruling no federal market lawyers and so the application condom Supreme Court to say one man the ruling the one granting was stay of execution of speaker ruling no and no the name so you call several speaker your father say a German Senate by first of all the see no you say na speaker one man a lawyer sorry why application or notice and the condom Supreme Court says Supreme Court and set it aside and near Mamienu. The decano say order na Supreme Court of Maya na stay execution of the ruling na or Maya no. On se kwanya court no far so or granted sa order no was to say emra kwai no ejina wa ejeyi e court na kasa and set it aside and are vacating the orders are here too. On this service na the substantive rate na kasa what the best servo speaker no. Secular biana on the chief justice ejina transaction no HFA. It is only Mondays and I bet to be a servo process on the speaker or a member of parliament. And to the extent say na any Monday what this process no call no. Choir or fast so I was so a service speaker no and emra so and also so no court no and set aside the service of the substantive matter no on the speaker. And it and some of the condom court to the kwako says and court to the send to more and one main substantive case na kasano and court to no ejribu. And the two order na the best servo speaker no so the court no embongo. Let us say can be able.
Okay.
The no judges no will move on application we the court legal shenanigans no they make come because I don't know some for judges. But the bottom line is say court no see lawyers for honorable speaker of parliament and you're sorry. Now we see Pakasi Abedu lawyer for the African market. I would see a lawyer for second defendant, in this case, Attorney General, or also representing the Attorney General and any team. What see a word ruling now what they buy and say the decay service on the speaker and as a member of parliament, Court to look at when the yaw say, you. Court to look at when the yaw say, a woman say, and I'm the constitution, no, article 117 of the constitution say, so be a brother majority and answer or your speaker. Now, if we see a core parliament house, and answer our parliament house. And that's of the Parliament House, coffee, I wouldn't even say about the court process. I don't see no now, a yet they say the Kwabena Obakakoda will be a servo. And right, a chief justice, I'll call ye, that is a dear boy. Any speaker no echo trans, yes, say, yes, a better call to say the oh, yeah, a member problem, say by a servo and say, yes, trans. Now, you too say, quite way the best fast one, say the process a servo speaker. Ye the best servo no. And nobody too say, okay, Monday the parliament say the judgment.
Okay.
And you must also servo speaker on Monday, who bet me a servo speaker na kasa on Monday. Then both Tuesday to Friday now, yeah, the speaker say all year Jumano there. And all the process a servo speaker. Who farmer speaker na kasa number farmer is a parliamentary legal service for them.
Okay.
And the chief justice still say that's the kulana na a free parliament house and then nama say secular say it is only on Monday and I'll bet me a servo any process on the speaker or a member of parliament, a misapprehension as I said, Tiasiana speaker maybe a one Tiasia and maybe a Wapaye because in the circular no obu Scotland no buji to say apart from Monday those person service speaker former parliamentary legal service one.
Okay.
And in the obedient process in the service speaker na a Tuesday. Now on the parliamentary legal service for now a regular service.
Meaning say they served.
It's served properly.
Okay.
And the court to look at it should be say. That say it is only on Monday and at any process you need to be there serve a general credit.
Okay.
It is service no more a regular service.
Okay.
And all through one bar, I said no order that I know where issue. Sorry. And I'll say order also so. Speak a lawyer no can simply one application do my affidavit in support na maybe say the call. But the normal person of which they say, look, Ghana say obi susu say constitutional provision be ewo. Obi the interpretation be atoso. No na dream no. Interpretation na ye de atoso no. And yes, I don't know so na adwene no a na akoba se ehu behia se nipa no de be ko Supreme Court na Supreme Court aye interpretation and you see the moment that speaker adwene no say obi call embrase bedwam on the ticket of political party A that's what china or say or kwako file ko contest as independent candidate automatically the father vacating the seat because of Article 97 1G and H, you know. The speaker adwene the sana afejo mark and so adwene the said that be any parliament do can or future parliament. Na akoba say sa interpretation will be you know what they to Article 97 1G and H, you know, so no abeye varied interpretation. It did was say obi osusu say on Tiasi and on the Supreme Court for a proper interpretation. And it is a federal market, invoke Article 21 and 130 of the Constitution for interpretation. Also, Article 97, 1G and H, no one. A proper before the Supreme Court. And it is speaker lawyer, Sema, all can say, as there was a high court. Because Article 99 one no I can say a high court the word exclusive jurisdiction or say once obi susu say varied interpretation about what the Supreme Court no and the Supreme Court forward jurisdiction say we better na send so and we boss as speaker and the lawyer and some na work can say Supreme Court had the jurisdiction the high court the word jurisdiction no abago and we find that BM say simple so be the kind they call high court and the high court no every who say there is varied interpretation what they to Article 97 1G and H in the SWA. And Brano say Article 133 no say a one there was a high court election break. That or refer assembly to the Supreme Court for Supreme Court to interpret the Constitution. Who's the nano I'm a better now or the can say Dipana or the Assembly Condom High Court to the extent that Assembly was Supreme Court for interpretation or compare them with High Court.
Yeah, okay.
Because Supreme Court is seized with the jurisdiction now. And the local High Court no then or
okay.
And the court no know it should be a say. Speaker and the lawyer was saying TBA because a Supreme Court now because of a varied interpretation or what jurisdiction and what's not that same way. So the jurisdiction as a work and edibu and or born so good.
Okay.
And the chatwa me de so I mean say obrepido. Say who's the lawyers including lawyer Kwabena now I can say traditionally you can only apply for stay of execution when a court and the key order and I say ruling and I will bet me a call for stay. And say Supreme Court so be the Asama Bedomo. Na court to be an issue order and now court to end my ruling. Now most speaker not say the parliament and one the ruling Supreme Court need to be say wakase was stay execution or speaker ruling because the speaker did the key or the parliament and the Supreme Court had the business say what better one shame ako issue order say member speaker executing the orders.
Okay.
But the movie can say when Supreme Court is seized with jurisdiction of a matter, obu wo to me say obey consequential orders. Now what say order bia wo susu say wo ya embra kwanso betimi aboa ma asem na wo ka no watimi aka no wo sa to me say wo yes ade no. Na no Supreme Court is to bia say enam say na speaker no akopɛ de ho asem akɔ issue ruling na ma 4 members of parliament wonya kwanya entie won titro de say won constituents awoto abama awon no wonya kwanya say ye betimi akɔ yi emrase badwafo foforo ama mo because article 1126 of the constitution no say e ka break akra bi dey ye kwa akoto national election ba bi wo ha wutimi koye by election e wo Ghana and it is the Supreme Court say sa de na speaker ye na o deprive sa constituents no of 4 members of parliament na what consequences e wo one as gracia ade de ma no the Supreme Court wa kwanya say will be issue a order of stay or speaker the ruling now or and this will be say Supreme Court ended to me because there was no court order or ruling now. Then the patrono said they are all kind of and yet emra kwansona or they kind of so bogu and in others but bottom line they say court no can say speaker any Ghana phobia and I walk say Supreme Court ended to me say or speaker say the order why the ruling why was stay no now what Ghana for just to say President Timpo and answer the Vice President Timpo by constitutional arrangement I what Ghana had the Supreme Court to hear order beer President to mean kase o niso because constitution now can say Supreme Court to hear orders now when this one we president it mean impeach.
Okay.
Because a high crime say I do I bet me do ako 2 10 years I be bow say to me and hold any office bia and you know not or speaker address I then go for be can say Supreme Court and to me on that speaker say but also execution of the ruling no now what you be address to say Supreme Court here order under this 1992 constitution no. That's a whoever I the best about where this one a serious offense, I was serious consequences. And and the Supreme Court for us settle on authority once again to say by this current constitutional architecture and dispensation I award there is no supremacy of executive, there is no supremacy of parliament, there is supremacy of 1992 constitution. So I think that is kind of be the first page of the constitution now. What country should be a pay the constitution the supreme law of Ghana, not any other law. And if you wanna work say parliament a sacrosanct a supreme will be able to be cohono now also an agent. Supreme Court for the ruling now, my what to a butcher pa within there 1 hour. A Troy, a can yes, you should be a pay, a black to say Ghana had to say, Andrew. The Chief Justice Crack can say, not tell you sorry, a cassette 7 days are court to no order of someone follow on process. I won't follow court to no sign bomb another 7 days. Every speaker be follow on processor. Chief Justice can say, Obaya, you won't see Parliament, Asoria, 1 year Juma, it was serious consequences for Ghana. So the court to know any time say, well, better now was a watching chance. And so, into the substantive case, now, because I was say, Nanka between AM and Uncle Friday, there, or person would be assembly in a cry, and a Pomako baby. And they said, there is Supreme Court and right.
Yo. La we de yen se nwuram bio ye beda se ene anope no say da so ho no mudi ho asem nti bi emfansia mu nyina mudi ni nyina wie na afi nsam bi wo ho a na ya ba bebusa
na we ka bo du gujuma dia bo
en council ho right na we your hene amankwajan lawyer ena ote se yene no edi enkomo eno na meyankoi sa 5 questions ni 50 questions here ene ababa sinsen ewiem a yaka say the former president Ebusa Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia said 170 questions Obusa the former vice president wenya ne baby ko yenra emisatha no oyimu emiensa odi mienu ka ho se wono emra emeyi ano no eno ena enei na nado Dankwah Kufuado enso ede anomuaye ede aba se enei se former president se ye ka economy ho asem na enye debate ho asem a na chese enye ono nso no yonko ne na fe ene Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia yankuti the president ara nana Dankwah Kufuado enso ede tudwa efa ho
onye debate na enye china efise Bawumia enye ni tipen sa onye ni class me jimi who class people bia yeru mahama wo mu a Bawumia me who class ko but the class ba ko aminim class ba ko aminim a yeru mahama ewo mu class if it's time I say Fourth Republic 1993 Nkofo enum ena Ghana fo ahye won enyonyam apegye won ababetina benwa kese ye kunwa kese ye president kunwa no so Nkofo enum ba ko ede Nyankopon amane kwa amane wie mane ena ofre no ba ne chen Eura Professor Mills nti 4 na aka no nipa ba ko pe ena Ghana for hwe na juma so on se da bi ora o ade de enso ani enkoyie titinase it is say ora mahama also wo class bia na yes a class of 1 ah no kwa no was a class no na enye class a mepese Bawumia eba be kasa class no the b Bawumia Nyakopon emma kwan no ofru akonwa no 7 January obeto aso bio obefru no bio no ba be ka Rollins Kufo enemy so Mahama they no one-term president you know there near no any eba be pe ama Bawumia and this is an person chere say class of 1 or woman no enti no ontumi ni Bawumia entra epon so enkasa well na eso no ara ye dey na say ye tiase so say class of 1 so there enya de papa
we the president of the Republic of Ghana Nadu Dankwah Kufuado no so no here what the former president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enso eno no na enra okay, they manfensio na former president them say oko ballistic kakra can some you could see on so sama or the tuja yabasisia.
I woke up this morning and I saw 50 questions to me. It looks like our vice president has just learned those things in the 50 questions the way we used to learn Baba, Black Sheep, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Because I asked you 5 simple questions on the economy, that's all. Simple questions that Ghanaians want you to answer. You go and respond with how many compost plants did you build, how many this did you build. That is not what the issue is in Ghana today. Let me take you down memory lane. In 1992, there was an election in America. It was between Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr. At that time, the American economy was in recession, the way the Ghanaian economy is in crisis today. And people were talking about immigration, talking about all kinds of useless things. You know what the Clinton people said? It is about the economy, stupid. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy, stupid. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants. Answer the 5 simple questions. And you can't hide behind the debate. You don't need a debate to answer the 5 questions. When you ask Emisata 170 questions, you did not agree to go and debate for him to answer them. Ghanaians are asking you 5 simple questions. Just answer them. Akufo-Addo too, I've given him 2 questions. He should come and answer them. That's all Ghanaians are looking for. You have destroyed the economy. That is the truth. Even if you look at the 50 questions he asked me, he has skillfully avoided the economy. There's nothing about the economy in those 50 questions. And that's why I gave you the 5th question. Why are you running away from economy? Because you were brought in to fix the economy. The economy is in a terrible... I woke up this morning.
We aired the former president, and also replier, Wadema Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia. Now, me busa 5 questions. Be ya no, one me 50. Makumaku edunum semimra. Na me sumi me ya no. Na die ewo hon. Right. Na me kona fe me call for hona. Okay. Akia. Akia.
Honorable.
Court nsam de odi me nya no ntu. Odi ja no.
We so kra na nka me pese meka bi.
Court nsam no de tu. Wo say wo court nti. Ya na ne kasa ya na ye bibia wo ho.
But no. Omo ankasa interpretation of the law no so ma netiase. Me say me ni bibia meka fa ho but rule of law said e be ye betima ye adwuma ama said e nra ma me ne de abufuo e can say a country like this and parliament is not sitting.
What is happening?
What is happening? E won ye hwe no say nyame ya adoma baby a wa agene asem no said e be ye na tadio sorry ebetimi a file the case no because tadio sorry was praying the court for another 7 days. Said ye be na ombetimi a file omonsem. And a ma me ka che ne say, 7 days no will not start from today. That is enra no. It starts from 21st.
Okay, yenya no to. Ode yenya no. Na yenko friends, ebetimi ahwe from the Peace Council no. Ekoshia Speaker of Parliament no. Na yenhwe omonso anamo no mutu ye no. Ko akọ Supreme Court na ya na mempese e be wura ho no mpi ntu de yenya no ento na yenhwe Peace Council ekoshia speaker eni kubusa no say the ekoso parliament ena odi to manim say the ekoso nie but ohwe say early November omo betra say na say the MPP for no memfa say majority a call say omomra ometna say na bibia hobia na omo de to ni so mbeboa ama say asumdwe a ehia e parliament no etimi akoso.
Ena omo assurance say hwe benyame adoma be next week.
Next week hono.
Ha ombetimi
ometu kwan bia ba omokoba na chese bibia da
na ne nyina so ekowura Supreme Court ruling yin emu. Enti ene na men sheda ni bibia sa. Ebe kan fa.
All right. Wafa.
No
say all right, yenfe no ensi ho na yenhwe. Yenko dwa sombre na afi yenhwe.
Enti yenfa aseda kese emma eye multi-credit savings and loans. Na multi-credit savings and loans no omo emma help purchase a free bra ye di 25 years ya ye ku ye nimu yidie na kire se edie na apesa woto na eye fridge eye TV eye die na apesa odi sika to ho mfaso ma opa na nso sika no oboa no a emmoa ene nkwada yi ko school amese wo be yi sika ya anti multi credit ene na bra ombeto ama wo betua kuma bi na de ato ase na wotua ne nka kran na chese de o efe wo se charges bebre kra wo ho asese woni omu di nkita ho a yeyi ni nyina afri ho etie ne na baje bosia se ye wankasa na ase mo ye dom no oba ye be ma ye 66 branches ni nyina ye adwuma ana number wo be hye ne nso na wa fra bi se bi ya ye hia wo 0244 176901
Junior Science and Maths quiz no mu said ye munim no ya sha se dada na wonim se Kessben FM ha say ye yi pa ya enya asem ketwa Junior Science and Maths quiz yi na enkwade ye ma wo mo adwene mu abie e science and afei math adesua na wan kasa se wo ba ne gine mu a wo be hu say yes akwade na adwene mu abie next time adesua ya kire se ekoso no mekanfo adiama batan bia se duru wo region wa na wa yi wo ba no apie na wonim se dwumadie kase sei no eye KNUST College of Science and one more ede ebro and a multi credit and Kessben media yen so your sponsor
enti ye beko ni what scientific about hospital doctor ni monchin na ye pa wo ye pe ye funu dia wo ba mema no amon so kura momma adwuma wo mpamu na mama ma no adane bonyini enso sora wakeke wata ade asem kuntan ene na wo set white watwi so enso obehwa na kyeresa wo hunsuo no ankasa ene ngoba wota yi tintin baby aye kwa bank manager wosi wasada bia no ayetofo wo na wo ma oba na nwo no mesra wo doctor ni mo beboa wo wate enti owokuma se Monaco junction atonsu kwan no so anaso ne adanziri bank no edi enhwani mu enkran so achi mota ma 7 tantra kwan no so eya obetimi afred doctor kwa doctor menwo minimum oba na dane bonyini no doctor besiesie o eya 0244 087687 oye adwuma efri dwada ekosi memeneda
na wonim say yesi etirenti ya yenya chesoa sadie afibia ya hwefo ne yetiefo papa bia munsi Kessben media from moboa ye am yetimi konyankafie ahodo na yade niema efe ekwahye nkwada na funu mu ma no afi nsusu ye agio esanse enche na bronya no aduru ho wa wode anwa nkwada ntade ebi mu de nkwada mpaboa sa afi ubeto atade ahye obade a na wakaye hunu sa kwada bi nso ye de ne ba wiase no woni na ni ajabi enwa friend mama dada eyaminu mienu ne betimi ama akwada yi asere na wodie no betimi aye ne sika tebia wo akwantuo mu na wodi afa Kessben Outreach Foundation wo mo account nim ye beyi atoto ne ma sombo adiakọ number no eye 0245 759593 0245 759593 edi beba eye Kessben Outreach Foundation and afi why you busy so pese e besesa wo niema no a eye 0549 887444 eno nso wo fra ye beba ne abefa ne men
enso ye tie se ya na abehu se akwada na beko school aba behwe ne mowrem so wanjutwa ne mowre yie pa womra na niema ye sesemu no ehwa na ekofa James na tepa no wode nse beguru fama so wanwohuru ne yie empabo womra no waye ne se pacha ntini na mowre ne nantem nyina na ehwa akofa nsam ne nyina ade aba enti mesro wada roma yesi abatan semina no ye ba akopɛ ye frɛ ne Dettol soap ebebo abusua no ban afri James
obi ho a what's me train Black Friday and san makwa akodidwa na sa Black Friday na wo train no da ben ne bedru e wa brenne wo ko Samsung wo mo offices ahodo bia wo mo atetetete niema so se ya wo mo frɛ no early bird discount ayede ema wan kasa wani ahye phone bia ye Galaxy C series ya mo dia bai so a ya se fasika ketekete mampole ebeto esan discount a Samsung for wo mo edema 2500 Ghana cedi pen wanya na efe eniema wom wobetimi asave 500 Ghana cedi no kra aka no entia na wobetimi akọ Samsung wom shop ba bia na wonso wakọ akọje wode
entia ne na MTN say everywhere you go wom de say ba bia fo ya wusia wom o emmoapa na say wom hwegu mframa mu say wom say ye hyenkrofo nwuma mu kena se wafunum na etimi abom wadwuma na gina ho na chena wonso wa basobo bia ya wode aboye MTN we into be dial 100 and I'll be fresh 0244 308111 na eno da nchene a wo mobile phones papa yes bra na be free bi bra na be free na efe bosumi nsia wo de atwatwa ne nka kranka a waje phone na de flex say ya so e kada so enye wasem ye dan abosumi nsia obetimi atua 20 baby omoto mobile phones bia ya akọ
eni medima fo heba Dr. Time da so wono na wo hyebre edeto yade so sade yare ne so ewo wani so fa bia wote ani da so wo ho Dr. Time da so say eyawo na wo pe be ma wo ho nkwamwa esua wo ba ya wo to aso twetwe wo ye kan se siatica wo so so asasabro SSB ha wo Any dia diabetes itene so won komi dimafo heba ma doctor time da so enhwe no. Wo say no ba ya bosi wa hye bre ato so eye stroke a wa hye bre to so a. Wo samra biam ne na wan kasa na won nante. Anope ya watena se ewo atwema agogo. Ya no afra 0244 774282.
Enti da bia ya mi tu fo me so da mo nkonwa egu ha chentu mfere. Ya wo wore da na egu ho be yi ba wansesa no wasa so kra na wo miensa ne nan nkonwa da so gu ho. Emua ne ye bon kwada yi diaper na nkwada yi fro ne ye dwunsogum ne ye me ba cho. Say pa de ni bia ba latest form fo de foforo bia ba eye v any else shop da dai no se de mutie bia no. Wo de simu e be fata wo kama de bon so da from wo ti me sra wo mo showrooms bia ya borura ho na koji bi.
Any Kessben Rural Bank Limited ba ye me say enfie pore aduanan enie woni me say 1984 and a bank yi ba bedom yen na no kwasem pa say enfie aduanan enie adwuma so o mabonti wajejeje abasobodie pi yenim Kessben Rural Bank Limited say seba savings pa say wudi usika ekoto ho a enya sam keto a wudi usika to a wasom adwo efiso o mo behwe ho yie adi amawo wo mo offer ni bi eye current account a wo bebie dachinti account eno na ya na mani eje won no wo dache no e wase wutimi bie account eto wo na dache wa ye mre no ya no na betimi aboa wo wo betimi ato eye shares nso e wo Kessben Rural Bank fixed deposit ni nyina wo mo ye bi wo ho money transfers ahodo Kessben Rural Bank ye papenti ne branches a shita Ghana hanu ba bia ye wo jusu ye wo bonwe ye wo aboa so ye wo Kessben ye wo pankro no onwe Roman Hill ye wo magazine ni road afei ye sanso e wo sepeti mpom fumeso e na afei adishman Kessben Rural Bank Limited say ne bomodiana ne ye ni anniversary ni mom e wo abra wodi usika ba me ahwe so adiama wo ye nim wonum free tete free 0271409340 0271409340 ene mpanimfo enkasa radio any TV so adwuma ena wo pebi ayadia eye Sketchword Media Institute ena make for ediama wo chere graphic design afa TV and radio disc jockey wo mo ebebo nwom no ena afa pese wo host program bia eye Sketchword ena make for ma ye forms no ebi wo out eye just 50 Ghana cedi pe wo ba Kessben FM ase ya na wo se wo hwehwe Esther wonsa ebeka bi aseda house ya na wa frem penimfo no eye 0249414039 KOD.
Thank you very much. We akosia on a clear and a dear Kujaso. But the card to just say, Yamia, the deputy spokesperson for the former President Mohammed's campaign team, Erica J. Ono Ababe Pim Ewaha. Na Yedin Komo Adiafa, the National Democratic Congress at home, and the Omujumadia Wumudi. This year, on my imagine say, Ombeche, a year 2 million, and they free the new patriotic party at home. Of our Mr. Hanafe, Wabetin Vivio, who now of our Manamba, na yet 2 man in Woho. So Waba. Oh, yes, we are friendly money. Anyway, my main message is a crab and a fee, a banya bedi and komono a year. Cody, we have given the Electoral Commission today to pay us for the exhibition exercise. If not, we will not supervise the upcoming December 7th election from Sir Kabis New Edubiase and Oduwe Abreng and Anopane. Lawrence Boache at Afro Buche was a new Asoren Kwanta. About Unity Oil filling stations. Good morning, KOD. Speaker Kessben must obey the verdict of the Supreme Court to allow Parliament to run effectively. Greetings to all members of the Asoren Kwanta MPP Youth Wing, especially to Chairman Benjamin Anakwache. All right. Masawuda wa Bantama Kumasi, Osi MPP has a solid and competent team to make Ghana work again. We shouldn't allow GM to shift our focus on selling a message to the good people of Ghana. Ghana deserves better and won't be taken for granted. Hashtag Bawumia Twaso. Regards to Dr. Ben Asante. See you, Ghana Gas. Okay. Good morning. It was sheer mischief on the part of the Honorable Speaker of Parliament to declare the fourth seat vacant because the affected MP's decision is meant for the 9th Parliament. Okay, one for Woody and Ma Edie. Na also Odia Brain Anope. Mystic Wonder Avoko Ewo and Sawam Adwaji said the unanimous FC has done it again. The Supreme Court would never cease to amaze me. Did I hear the Chief Justice talking about representation of the people? Don't the good people of Seoul deserve a representation in Parliament? The future is indeed pregnant. The so-called economic messiah, Dr. Bawumia, must deal with the unprecedented economic hardships and spare our ears with the cacophony. All right. And also, Edian Musa Bato, say what the Supreme Court has done was potentially dangerous. Was potentially danger to the judicial independence. The recent actions by the Supreme Court could lead to increased partisan and judicial appoint. Okay, na yentuaso. So the NDC is always working. Let me put it right. So the NDC is always working on ignorance as wisdom, and it has just manifested in the Supreme Court proceedings yesterday. The mere fact that the former Speaker, Maakye, once committed such mistakes in our Parliament and was not contested in court does not make it a law of the state. The NDC Speaker, Babin, NDC Speaker of Parliament, cannot hold this country into ransom for his own selfish political interests. From the one since 1992, the country has been ruled by the Constitution, and no one born out of a woman can use his own discretion to destroy the peace of this country. Hashtag agenda no afole flat. Abdurrahman Bako, our old barrier. And Oduwe Abraying. I say good morning, Q. The election 2024 is about the economy, and I believe that our track record as NDC will win. Greetings to Honorable Julius Debra, former Chief of Staff, and then Gabriel Agawe from American Man Ewo Kumase. Na Odiwe and so Abraying. I say it saddens my heart when I hear a former president speaking like this. He should tell the citizens his policy and not to attack certain president and his vice. From father, greetings to Dr. Esuba for Riemwase. All right, my man Mema Eric J. Akwaba. Eric, good morning.
Morning, senior.
Now who ye?
Adom na monswe.
Nyame adom yeso ye hu ye pa.
Nyame ase. Union penny. So on ye.
I hu na te. Campaign on.
Amani ya. Me ba ache. Ba am say. I think a bit me do be 2 years.
What could do cry? What could do cry? What can control?
I'm meeting cry for back.
What can control?
I'm meeting no why I know.
I'm going to do a moment for some about
that Lumba born you.
Yaka control.
I think I come about Penny Fossy and Nibo Kuchi.
Right. Let's just say in free more campaign about exactly about 4 weeks, 2 days.
Sure.
Na chese kwa koto abano na mfanse 5 weeks 2 days mfanse na kwa koto abano
36
yes Miss campaign ko say
oh many are dedicated match nipa wa sentiment mu nyina na me mfa nche mu edu yama asantimera e ba potum for say tutu se be na wotwe miensani ye ba ha e ko menhia akochia opem so ekoji na futu azi e di otu ya for de adwuma yente se ba kono
ba ko be
me kan onim no me kan obi ho no ye kokoji futu na na kan sem pi kire se ye ma ye kasa honte and so far so good ye guso a ye boy apron kakra Yakobi yako eastern region, yako central region, yako western north, yako bono east, yako ahafo. Yeah, part of Greater Accra and Otinso part and about Ashanti region Monday.
Okay.
Yenina intimi in a bequasiamba. But with running mate campaign, I think the strategy is different from what GM is using because they know there were much engagement. Selected groups near the other.
Why do you choose? I don't know what choose some more because formally and I say the olden days campaign said you know you ban you for krum na you rallies near you
me nyini wa manyo se musade but ade ba ko yɛnyina yɛnim ne sɛ yɛ rallies akɛseɛ no a yɛyɛ nyinaa no dodoɔ no ayɛ partyfoɔ no a ne yɛsɔ ɔmo koguɔ ne yɛakasa akyerɛ ɔmo nti no nipa no a wohu ɔmo wɔ rally ase no anyɛ hwee ɛmu 99% yɛtumi to abama political party no you know them and this time around no yɛhu sɛ yɛwɔ nkɔfoɔ bi mu a they are not much interested in politics. Omo yo omo adwuma. Ono ebia o tailorni or a hairdresser or you ono ne de ne say obi tibefu no obeyi oyitire. So those people know how do you touch them? And timre na o your rally o gather party for twom be share no. They are not part of your party people. And it's a one develop another strategy or the those groups now. I think about how. So in our trip in Ashanti region say those engagements ni any bebre enti said the nka obehu mass rally ni akoso party for no we are not going by that approach. That is the side of the running mate. You share lawyers, you share doctors, you share guitar, a lot of people in engagement. And one thing a woman says only omunya that tete conversation now you are able to get the actual challenges of the people. See your call rally now obi anko kan ha ho Mona moka monsa. Ye ne kan ensem. Nti me kai say before ansa na ye be through manifesto no. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama echo building Ghana tour. And in building Ghana tour no the same approach and make us a running mate side ye dey ejuma no. Ye call region bia na yetime visit be 2 constituencies. Yetime share regional house of chiefs. Near share the professionals in the region. Ye kwa ensem na how money ade ade no eno a emu dodo nti so hwe manifesto document na building Ghana tour na yekoye na emu dodo na yetintim say a manifesto because the reason being that Eric J akwanya bi na menya na mekasa marani meet by other people outside there obinya sa akwanya na onim de cheme de no so how do you tap into their wisdom? You have to get closer to them and know what among susu say ye beboa nti a lot of things na ya capture no ye ba opetemu ne ye ka because say ya ntena nkran say ye bo yitimu adwena amount no ye wo de na ye ka and then no and ye develop your mind nti NSA ye be share KNUST ye ne another groupings and also a interaction what they suggest is to me by in some way ye beboa and some of the things no mo can see e bi wo ha excuse me
in ya de kasibia
but
ndide be nyama bisa na ya no
excuse me ye call Ishaya so True Vine Hotel na ne professionals because share so good tama no buy no he spoke very well very well kasapa so he was talking of taxes COVID tax and VAT rate, baby, a shooter could do import duties near the other. But you could see, say, he's a businessman. But Obi and another member castle, or no, because of rates I seek a 7 for the past months in a boss cry with J. Jumoni Bim. Because what the man said, he said, won't mean call Jibesia or bank. And found $200,000 in Kunyaki to a bit. Now, one cran your man and your man in Medruno. Na rate na iden assign kosro nti ohu ne se besia na okoje ya wotua interest rate over 30% na no ye kai da ha e twen no ene ma no nso beduru ya dollar no nso asen page ne mu na no nso abeya no da cost da ha iden e twen no and I was so surprised one person said that he never knew say ya can COVID levy no asem say e ba e betwem
obi so onte
wow nti running mate boss na was started jubilate. And he was saying, I was sad and quiet anyhow. Yes, oh, your manifesto ya come. So just imagine this person. Oko gada party for no near budget was no so receive for coma. When Tian Canasem. And Tia can no be business and 24-hour economy in the packages now. No. Why that? And here can so ya baba mupen. And ye name say yes, a private sector is the engine of growth. It is a BB engine of growth. A year then a ma engine nijina ne nice. Because a car engine wo ho na all you nim yen service near the idea enye ejuma openye den emfa ma wo nti private sector and how to cushion the private sector and no money the engine of growth no just imagine mofidi Kessben eba enye ne Ura Kessben look at the number of people and amnensa so edidi okruma look at the type of businesses are so aban so nasne in a way a man bed no so ye den ete nti se bed no so tia adwumayeni no ne ho ye den eto no
okay
ena company owner no ono so ne ho ye den eto no nti se ye ka tax policy ne ye be ka taxes ama sa omo appropriate those companies na wo de hwe relieve de beba ye ka ne sen
the business community no so
and now me know cuz look at the VAT businesses are paying VAT
so beginning you want to tell us that more by na 2016 mo kotna ichire no matna se hu se nema bi a possibly mo ya ankoye no my revise my notes and this time Ghanaians should give you the opportunity to right the wrongs
oni amemi akani se wa yes sebe kwasia and ensisa na adwene sebe we did a lot in Ghana we did a lot. I can confidently tell you say President Akufo-Addo ntimi mfa ne 8 years and compare Mahama 4 years. I'm the one telling you.
Also because also the whole since Ghana's independence they've done better than any other government.
We know them by their names.
Let's go.
I can confidently tell you because you see building economy no and one side
okay.
And it is His Excellency Abusa you need 5 questions. At the end also the 50 questions 5 questions no. But the reality, you are a journalist, you are in Ashanti region. Already, you know, there is a public perception say more Ashanti region, more a bit biased towards the side Yamunim. I mean, that is not my position because we are colleagues. But say, yeah, kind of reality of economic hardship, is it the same as 2016? Is it the same? There be a more thing for you. Is it the same? Is it the same?
Combine economic situation, economy. That's what I want to say.
No, I want you to know
economy. That's what I'm saying.
But as I was saying,
no, it shouldn't be that way.
We campaign based on our promises I make it to Ghanaians, and they voted for us.
Okay.
Me nua wodi menim or Germany. Me fisuma in German of Bono region. No, me nua keto ye problem bi. Woni ma de kro. Na me nua ni sidan. Nti me nua keto no we Legon on na we kira.
Ohwe.
Nti odi sika ba on na koto cement, iron rod, we na me nua ne ye. So a time came na me nua so ofre me nua pani na onye den on fa ne ko. San kunta se mo asem. Na me free me no so sika odi ba so on fa ntoto nyema ne ade ade kunta na me nua ne bu ma no. Anyane then I was what? Anya what this is saying. Unim konta obuma no. Osi me nua no say time na cement bag 97 cedis. Nti sika na me ono oye ne calculation na on the buy no. Me nua no hu ni say wa inflate figure am say enne ya me no kasa cement ni over 100 cedis. And that young person now can say ono usi dan we are table so no kra na team nti ono pe speed bi kra mo why den wasi dan na wie mo no area nigga ono ahwe kira ma nti menu ane kasa ya na obenya na ho understanding say ene man te say de na etie kane no because all figure na somewhere 2012 no na cement bo no anya hwe da be 6 cedis kra na yefie konwa so it was hovering around 27 cedis but in my hometown over 110 Ghana cedis. So you can never convince any reasonable Ghanaian say reasonable is underlined. Said 110 is far better than 27 Ghana cedis.
Almost we say thing.
Even Ukraine, Ukraine, yes, son, it two name mobile go also. You Russia for the economy is growing far better. And Ghana, but one of them Obama Ukraine.
Okay.
Only feed Ukraine.
So Iraq, when you come, what can you do to get it better?
I'll go there.
Okay.
My anchor pass in the country. Okay. The ordinary Ghanaian na me aminu penny samia okuka se boys are bread. Electricity boy din chen danka. And now tis samia ogunka.
Debbie.
Away. So you see you. And the boys are home. And a sentiment with the boys am rebium.
Obreho, I don't know.
And then electricity boom, wouldn't said it here. Once or more the new meters be about senior, yes, sound there. Senior,
a tumrica,
yes, some a chain with same boat. Baby, I'm at me peer one day, me banny as if ye meters in within a month. Me mentioned Anthony fee, me top 500 cedis prepaid a sum for the month. When him say, me to over 1,200
on electricity.
I swear, the new meter. Me TV so na me ne me colleague MPP ni ba kokko say ane eno na ya 12 rate na e wo semitua na me say just na e di meter ne ka me efia me kotena mu a fresh meter de ama me na metua 500 Ghana cedis ni asesa na ne metimi to 1,002 akwatia na me gene yatum adwuma na me ye ne nsacha e be na abam these are petty hashipa e bia wo hu ne say because of the unyanti no hu say nya ho kire but obi yezum lion bosom ye mani 250 Ghana cedis yasesa ni meter kane ana oto na ebia na oto 100 Ghana cedis a month ene bi meter bone na e de aba na kofa aba no yenim bebi omokofa de bai nipa no betimi ato be 500 Ghana cedis nti obi oje akatua 250 a change of meter keke a shooting a bell cost. How is the person going to foot it ene hwenuane bo okrum enuane
yeah, now say
electricity.
the exigencies of the day. A man can and boy.
Why na jeje kania to okruma?
Electricity Company of Ghana.
Why there?
Abai there.
Enti.
Abai.
Why na sesa meters no?
Electricity Company of Ghana.
That is it.
Okay.
You see, there was some policies that ultimate the bar. E matimem for hin high omo. Eno ntina subsidy na e wo ho no. Yetimeka say oh anyama ho den boy den dodo. Aban say me subsidize be 20% of electricity bills. But aban we buy kotobe kuma ba everything we just the amount the ordinary citizen. In the whole world, senior, we are say, on my benefit, yare honto. Just a Ghana, yare kum nipa. I know a colleague, no a judge, penny, yamen fani currency. COVID ni kuno. And then a rene ma itria COVID levy. Yare ne kun ni kuno. Man penny jena honto, and ya brony be ya. Yari kumos ya eje honto.
Okay.
So the way things are going, the hardship now are buying the abedin. The only thing left for this country is for change to happen. Change in a bebano and on a day I won't hurry beba because you know
how can you do it better? That's the question.
Yes. Because you see the word change alone in such a beba and the relief beba in the system.
Change in the keke.
What positive change?
What is in the change? You
become positive change. Senior say anya positive change. Senior say I love the question. You see, my dick we were in government. In him said anya Maakye. Ghanaians complained a lot. Near Ghana for nyina. Dodona was championed by Union MPP for ya. And ye dia by na more money. Omatena kunwa so emfienso ye konfie nwotwe said ye papa otumfo say to kan mrebi no o se Ghana for the komni ani bre and to abati adwama o ka che kuma say I will mention and that was true then and it is going to be true again. Ghana for the same komni ani bre no and beto aba and ntina His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ka say yema na kwenya na ommemo mani mpege ni mu die di kan ye key policy a ya ka ho a ya bo ho nto a ya ye ho nyoma Ghana for do na ate 24-hour economy. There was some reasonable minds in the country. Reasonable is underline again. Ye chire mo mote ase. And there was some minds in the country wo chire ni mo onte ase. It is obi on na was nyane no. Those people we nyane ne den enye yi. So the reasonable minds perspective, let me explain what 24-hour economy means. The year can say yinim se Ghana mebunu ehia adwuma because I will share census data now. The chunk of youth I want in this country ne adwuma e hokrum ha no se abaya anya hu bibia obi anim say national security threat e mo man no me no kasa sisi unemployment rate grew somewhere 2016 there was hovering around 7.something to 8%, and there it could be 15%, 14.7 or so. Into a day, betimi aye amana bafom because we are in a system. A bani champion is a one district, one factory. then ya factories ahodo but obi anim se nka obi adwuma nso a ete unemployment so. But this is the system ye be adwuma nso unemployment na ekosoro.
Now so the question is why I employ about 2.4 million creative lies inti NY oni friends saying why for ne nepu for na se for no
oko Brekuma I think from Jamdede now called Gene. There's a factory, tomato factory. Right now we see factory. Now I know him in person. Yabwai or MPP Nipa. And I mean, who saw more less no more 1D1. And that's our friend.
1D1.
Factory Yabwai Sisi when Yajuma. But you go to your money figures Nipa Yahojuma. And that is Yajuma. And Yajuma. There be a micrum Kwame Namso. And Yajuma. Sa ne wa Ghana fane, you know. And these factories are for individuals. Into individual be anywhere environment, you know. A stable man no a business minded person on your nejuma. On kase we see factory man ku see rem amana say. But because our binding team control measures, you know, amasa anko phone no be ntimi nejuma. E kunfi juice na o kakraba market. The question is production ne send the cost room. How many markets in the system na hu no? And I import na ye no. Those said factories no more kase buy no are reducing import na. No maybe so.
No, still import.
Still a cost room. So if indeed you are producing what Ghana for Nepal, I was say a taste for import and cry then. Eco form. But if na import no cry then, a cost room. So this clearly tell you say Juma. So under 24-hour economy policy, yesterday the private sector, what can we do to support them? And there was a series of proposals. Answer na ye betro your manifesto no. This private sector for ne debre at the headquarters. And you say they are private business. Or one workers on your muyejuma. Or one in video the yejuma. Ye buy ye beso nasene. Na kwanya be fast was on nasene no. There's going to be a legislation passed by Parliament of Ghana. So 24-hour economy no e ba be government policy. Ya emra title. Nti o sign on to the packer. The packages na ye benefit na was ye dema no. You get it as a business person.
Okay.
What am I say? Ebi ni den. To say the na me demo ye example. Minimum boss, minimum ni other companies do. Ebi aye woni companies ni bia. Because of operational cost. Ne niyema bi e ka ho no. Ontimi operate to full capacity. But sa aban bi ba na aban ne se obema ni operational cost na akofo ama na obetimi operate fully. Asen ama employment aye den asen akoso. So there's a company that I won't mention the name. I think the policy document. Okay. This company is having about 473 workers. And the man said, "Ono omoko ejuma emo enyumrebe 9 no mapon." But ni produce no. There be a shortage in the market. Meaning say demand near then. I was sure. So what that person, what can you do for him? And no catcher said you be here and send the taxes na Utiano, aban betimi aye hu bibia den amano. Ebiem oko bank ne so okwaje besia e de ahyemu a interest rate no e ko be 40%. Ontimi ntua. Ebiem electricity bill kane no otua 300,000 a month. But ene otua 800,000 a month. So such a business person then I'll bet me I diabuano. And on one case, no when you saw support a hold on our cana. The company no crane be running all night, all day on pon because the hianes will be recruit to extra staff at your maba. We coffee no na way back. Because machines in there and no I will eating Timo and coffee and pon.
Okay.
And per the arrangement, this person told us if only say a buy non cry nyashiamano. Now see bet me a grant. And I say, be man loan facility, interest rates, and be work for my obetimi tia. Obetimi I employ and the staff for 73 no 2 times. You see how the business aspect operates. So such person, onuntia dem raba, the colleagues in so how almost with the same path. And here catcher say, with a 24-hour economy policy now, those industries now almost grow to some level now almost say ahokyra ba ɔman no mu ene omo lay off workers omo ntumi produce to capacity na omo pɛ no we are coming to help you muntini eba nti de ye kan say there's going to be a special meter for light bill now also na what 300,000 and they would 800,000 no yeah friend in time of youth tariff meters and these meters will be assigned to those or be signing onto the 24-hour economy pack into say the amount na kane no 800,000 na utia na bosome no because also be operate under the 24-hour economy policy no 50% of the said bill no aban no nebefa meaning we ade bia eden
okay
enya den at the same time yes be more tax incentives machines ahodo na we import the bana eno na utintim didi djuma no yeso eno so no ye be scrap 50% tax of it aban no befa ebiem aban ne say petemu na wo no yenim se ban bo e problem enti se also be ye djuma na jo a ye be more security ewo enclave eno enye woka His Excellency John Dramani Mahama I think Tamale make that statement say after CAS studies on the 24-hour economy policies before manifesto near the adeno they can here police for about 25,000 before we start the policy yenim say Ghana mebuno pejumaye and the connection man for babem upe police utia bribe and when you slot we know them by their names. There's one DC in a half one name ko ham so mu sister station back ne record them ba bonten na mekokan o say ne colleague Kennedy ono na eton ono onton onye on the ba. So even government appointees are doing businesses with unemployment issues in the country. And to send people 25,000 now, you better employ into the security sector. They are the exact people going to give protection to these businesses. A job creation. And to papa na, then the Jumana ebo no watching and wapono. Because a buy ebe man tax incentives no. A buy ebe man security protection no. A buy ebe trian electricity ni biya mano no. Wanye kwadufo. Businessman biya ni so ade hunu ni se obenya mfaso na so obe break even. Enti se wona wanya this opportunity a obeda. Omfanda. Enti kwa kuba no pana okwa enwumre no. Na akua nso ba. Akua nso ba ye kobo anadwo no mienu ono nso kofie no. Na adwa nso ye den eba. We ni ekoka enu anu se still we ye don monte ase.
But Mamuso
and ye nyina ye tukwan meba ye nyina ye tukwan.
Before you carry on that same score, okay.
Ye nyina ye tukwan me ma tukwan da. What tukwan da? Senior nso tukwan da. Ye kwa bruchira. Ye nu anu ma ye kwose yo mo wo so no. Omo ni ma na adu ni mu awie o. Why? Aden.
Omo ye adwuma.
Anadu no omo ye adwuma. Nti Ghana de ye adwuma na adu enye.
Okay, ehon na nka mebebusa no say.
Let me bus enye yi.
Ehon na mebebusa because there's some question na mebebusa no say.
They ask me.
On that question, I say especially the MPP for Eka said the 24-hour economy no. Enya dia eye adwuma dada because there are certain quarters hold on.
Bawumia say eye adwuma dada. Na pusi enye adwuma. O kan nyina be me de.
Mami wi o de wi ha obetima say. Almost eye adwuma dada. Secondly, me ba baby a bisusu enye adwuma no because I'm going to ask that question as well.
No problem.
Amam for so say enye adwuma bia na betima 24 hours.
That's true.
That is true. Yes. And also another factor.
That is true.
Me busa say Eric, how feasible can this 24-hour economy no help project and then lift our economy out from the downturn?
Let me start from yes or hodada. Yeah. I know Bawumia na kokan o kan I think of East campaign platform. Was a chobas e wufufu anajo ni nyina 20 e no ba omi idea na ye no bia
okay
ye de no bro de odwen ye choba asem
okay
na ponzu se enye adwuma kra de da because na podi ono ogidi se nyankopon kra oda nti ono ye mfa na ye debate sa but you see also how is it going to help the economy
how feasible will it raise
I told you say there's going to be a legislative backing an act of parliament
okay
anamebwa se ye wonyuma ahodo pi wokroma obia ne to outua obia ne mode of operation obia ne target market anamebwa nti ye ka se ye 24-hour economy ba no ya nkase maame na oton wache wo kwan hono ma ne nkoda that is not what we said But because you be na no senior no, that is the interpretation they are giving. So I ask you a simple question: say, what to kwai me to kwai? Ye nuanom aden na ho de omo ye adwuma omo home. And also they be omo kwa adwuma. Utimi to kwai unua na wakoso ye no so no. Obeka sa hwe a onti na nim anasa o ma time. Yes, there be o. Okọ na wo hye because omo no omo adwuma no omo mfe ndi agro. Ofiri adwuma ba ko a o another appointment or next office. If you are not, Omedu Fibi 2 days and son of back. Yes, Anity. And these are leaders, do one agent to Tiawaman. These are political leadership, no more as anyhow. Bawumia yen economists no bruchino. Send us no ejuma. Onwaka. No yana, how do you be a juma man could be an ajomani possible? But oh my muna wabano, it is impossible. Okay. Meanwhile, you are preaching say it is possible. I never says all angles. Yes, private sector, some areas, okay, especially the industrial sector. Obi ochan chancing, DBS mo, Tembi omo yejuma. These are big factories in the country. These are factories they use on yamahodia kesiye pa. These are factories that omunyo opportunities they need more hands on board. Okay. So can they change anything in our setup? This industry is now making. Take like 20 industries. No moon signing on to the park. Okay. Now, 20 industries no ubia working working force. Like the workforce no. On
triple.
Yes, non triple. Unim better than the beba from in the country. Okay. All these things are there. And that doesn't mean say senior member 24-hour economy make us a policy separate from other policies I implementing. And untina oshe manifesto policy your Women's Development Bank, and also another targeter. Yeah, they targeting kofobi. In the same manner, now no new jumana ya den policy base betimi a poverty alleviation policy they base between a free mono. You shouldn't say so to anka or kwan ho 24-hour economy banti yes there be obeto anka or kwan there be. Yes I near cano. All right. So the reasonable minds, again reasonable is underlined. They get the policy. And your top politicians in this country, NDC MPP. Yeah, you took kwanya kusua de abano. De me kan yenim. All right. And the those saying it is not achievable, it is not possible. Yeah, dear, we believe in possibility. Say, all right. We are going to implement it as a policy. Now, you see, there money fikakra. Ni susa. Rollins penso ya de VAT ba. E dey na UP for asifo e kan. Meboa. Oh, there be minim se na ni afi ntina mi busa no. E dey na mo kan. They spoke a lot about VAT. At the end of the day, omo betina konwa so VAT na increase no.
Meba na maba mu mienu nyina because I have issues with move two ni nyina. What about me too answer?
I'll say what 24-hour economy. A very laudable policy. Yeah. Medical can say so here 2024 election na kasa catch phrases no. In the end this before the way by I say but now no juade ya so kan Institute of Statistical Social Economic Research they go report on the buy yeah. Almost 24-hour economy no. Good policy, but the implementation ebe de Ghana. The kind say enema na obey
logistics name chronic.
But enema obey no, there should be ready market for it. Yeah. So ne obi call China kofa enema ba. When him say enema no, okofa ba ya yebeto.
Market ho.
You also work China for sikana. They be amekasa dia ye toilet in Ghana no. Ne board in chain the akofa dia to ship mu abedu Ghana. It before say we benya market no. E say we ya ade na say Asia na dey ko say Europe na dey ko
market ho.
Ebo no ye. And the quality no see ye change the otodada no. So you can divert the market to Ghana. Right. So we raise two issues. Cost of producing the item and the ready market for it no. Okay. Say Osians this hanema we me no year. Because company be a Ghana or more ready market no. Only time ye 24-hour no. We demand no ho. It we see 1 hour cry aboka. Yeah. E dey dinner and this if we put in place eventually say industry say be go into this 24-hour economy no.
The market is ready.
The market is there and the product will be competitive for the market say. And just oye we start here 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month.
No who ya.
Na ade na nkwa.
Anyway, Eric yes.
Thank you very much. Answer first one, senior raised 2 issues based on the research findings now kind of. That is the availability of the market and a cost of production. As I indicated earlier, cost of production and then the cost of production the cost.
Niemana odi no raw materials ka ho.
Yes.
Energy how they produce niemano.
And you see, I spoke about the incentive packages for the policy.
Okay.
And no, and the cost of production the cost. Electricity alone, many penny onim. Because Nipana is citing as a case study, no tier bill 300,000 and no tier 800,000. So look at the quantum. Raw materials ne bi ho mu import. They said the more yes me clean can and the mu import the ba. Look at the importation cost, the cost of imports now. She taxes are who do so. She COVID levy in 1% that clean can so e ba. The government is going to scrap it. Because this government implemented it.
But yensa se fi energy hono. Sisi aso hwe energy mix na. Aban pa to me wo so no so ate. Because yama independent power producers abem e ka ye DNA kwan fa so nya fidie ni be ka ho ma do sabre no. Do you think say betimi slash electricity power so pa ba from
without their omo consent ni nsefo.
Senior. Ye free Adibi say government policy. Abai no say we na me de beye a boost to me economy.
At the detriment of another company.
Not another company.
Okay.
Who is regulating ECG now, Kayan?
Okay.
I'm cranking no to no power no we are. Why no more the command?
Abai or the my ECG.
Why near abai no?
ECG car buy home.
Nya me no nyina na abai.
Okay.
And I chimu pone se ha ne wo se de Ghana dru. Entiti mamuni na ono me and I'm a ton power man and say on into to me yen adwuma yie enti de me aban metimi ayede aboa ne say anyina ma hoden bo na wo ka no me meso na sene sine identity na subsidy. Why do we have government subsidies in the system?
Okay.
Identity etimi kasa fa ngo bo okosoro dodo enti aban ne say wa subsidy.
Why is there subsidy no? Can they fuel, electricity, water nyina na was
good.
But ye ko IMF ko bani na almost say have it all the subsidies.
Good.
It is a ultimate build the economy.
And you see,
now back I compare more they don't allow you to subsidize anything.
IMF na ye call you no. Our impact what you can use this year.
Say nya buy we na
the
previous government
abai ba ko na ommo ne hommoden no e na de call ye. E na de campaign so ommo ne hommoden. E na abai na obbo ne hommoden no bai. E na ono so akotoa so. Ono no kotoa so ne de no kra ekoto bekuma. Because e fie akonwa so IMF drawing sikana na ye kope no it was around $900 and something million. Yenya over $300 million. 600 and something in abai we na je. Connection man for abai.
I don't know from connection man.
Omo deals square no mo ye. Me that's how I call them because one chin is our far. Untimi ka say on the fire. But connection there. Say papa. So you meet like they came to meet all these things. By the end of the day no, you were IMF ne. But before answer na ye nyanko IMF no, na Ghana for your system na say still na nye. Anane, it wasn't better. The previous administration was far better then than now. And as of the time when you call IMF, and you can say, upon see I call IMF ni inechi no. Afi bi abai draw the budget, and I buy the budget.
Oh yeah.
You draw budget, I hear the command call approval. Yemra shi be dwafi. I didn't know honey de call. A honor representatives of the people ni na de ewo. Nti abai akọ homabo sika no. Kwanya abai person odi ni sika.
Without any influence from anywhere, especially when we are under the
budgetary support in the account. And I'm say me and I'm yaban. And I won our yet for.
Okay.
And what can't me say? We were Jumana we no. Ya boa say ni say ya. Ubetimi aboa ama o man chichire na kosoro. Aban say oh, afi we say na medi mi sika adu. Obi si kwan obefa so adi ni sika no, o de bi si National Cathedral. Kai hu so aban bi de ye sika ne bi kotu amana ye da rich and aban bi sika na obi di ne de etu amana no me de be subsidy ama businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, e di be tu omo electricity bill.
A matter of choice.
A matter of choice. Obi be tu amana. Boss, amana no hu. Oh, serious. What order?
Me said am ko
here. But me urem. On say dey aje.
Chairman.
To call parliament na crank.
Say urem na. Say ura ho. Na say onya mesom. E nyina foma obegya anya mesom. Yes, because the way President Akufo dey scamming Yankopon is serious. Yes.
Is it not unforeseen contingent? Say that buying
unforeseen.
COVID the Adema cultural
boss. I know they are
and as our cathedral this year. It takes years. It yes, baby.
58 million dollars.
And it's a value for money.
That is value for money. 58 million dollars. Equivalent to
5 years.
That be Oshayabo. Or say any soon fear Kunyasun. Omkason be in the best September. Can for attack on the parliament.
Said Eddie Bosch the politicians Yamunya Mudi for.
Now who's coming? And I'm say who's coming will be as coming Yankopon.
Anyway.
Nti asama senior there by
coming idea but coming
yeah, any problem because yenim say eja
yenuanu nti
enye
ba nyame
de be so wodini di bone
me ko si asori amenyame.
I know a colleague I'm in year one programming class. Me kura na minim so ejuma National Cathedral Secretariat. You know they have a full secretariat for the National Cathedral. Adanya or a PRO oh bosume unim di waje documents enye waje 12,000 na asoro nkofo no sisi omo obi akasama Yankopon. Yes.
Anyway,
look at this.
Okay.
Aside that, Chief Executive for National Cathedral, Dr. Hwan no, bosume oje 350 million kaniti sika and 35,000. Why? Ya yodin. Huh? Oti kruma Pentecost for si asoro dan. Consultant Krabeji says he can month.
Anyway.
And now no other omunim. There was a meeting omokoye ya. Mami, what's the name? Mami ya is
Dr. Aye.
Yes.
Yes. Aye.
Yes. Or say the fact is a program project and store interest and what's mutual staffs and look at this. Anyway. When did Nipa Yankopon? What is wrong with them?
We'll come
so
to that.
Chief, with 24-hour economy, yes, Sikano. You be using it judiciously. You be careful of how to use our money. You be invested in the private sector more.
Let me ask you. Now, per the ISSCR report nearby. So when you are rolling it out, and it's easy to roll it out all of a sudden. Now bibia with a time frame. And now here the former president, the number of years obedi ewakunya 4 years. Logistically, energy and chronic coupled with IMF conditionalities and restrictions. How would that be?
Offer a constitution 1992 constitution. And in the foreign Troya, yes, miracle in no. You been progressive free SHS.
Yes.
You been free SHS. I didn't know more cancer.
So, to preoccupy.
Impulsing and Mamujama.
Yeah.
And untin ye kase, di kind in this policy. A legislative back in Ibina Emra.
Okay.
Say Aban Biaba,
Untimin
found Sa Emeye near Mabasabasa, Yebeye. And no chino, ye dikin kase, not every sector of our economy and now bit me implementing. So that target is there. Inti where does you 4 years, you were this years, your first 4 years you buy Ghana phone in your track record. And at the constitution it is not stipulated that can obey was so didn't fear what you. 4 years na Ghana constitution that is the mandate in the law.
Yeah.
Inti say trimupo bi say mfie na nipa na ba ni so na okra no nye constitution ni.
Okay.
So for us, me say for us, Nana do say,
Osi obia obai bia Ghana for man no mfie enwotwe. This is Professor Mills na fufi ato. Ba mapeninda da Muhammad onye mfie na ese onko tranche.
That's good. You see, your political environment na you know. The political party and they analyze the system, not individual. The failure of a party. If candidate who you good saying, you better say what fail.
Say party fail.
What do you mean by? Who didn't fear watching? Na candidate who you good saying here present there's already perception someone be didn't fear watching because the Ghana for 3 months de be as a political party be by a man enko. Yeah, campaign the de be we politicians. Professor Mills obedi almost 4 years when twenye some few months and Ura Mahama beto aso. Ura Mahama bedi 4 years. MPP 4-year campaign in 2016. Almost NDC for bedi 8 years ya say o man. Rollins bedi 8 years. Papa Kofo bedi 8 years. Nti Mahama ne Atamu se bedi 8 years ayemo omo nkwana na namra. Na why yes campaign na gitumi awia. Osi obi bedi 4 years. Na 4 years na oba ni legacy na ujaya no. in Ashanti region. Yeah, 4 years near DC Central Market Nation. And 8 years near this year. We be do 8 years no phase 2 no we phase 2 no 4 years no di be initiative Kumasi this airport project amoba ya moto aso here no 4 years we be no the system na 3 4 years we be no the whole airport 4 years we be no the CC community day senior high schools na ye kwa probo na ye hu no in 4 years in Bronga Hafo or the nursing training colleges mako 12. So we have a track record, not years. In your 4 years, in your 8 years, the question is, overburden Ghanaians with hardship. That is your 8 years. Okay. And that is what we are talking about. And Alaji now crusade man or no. Alaji wa masa apprentice show. You can't say apprentice show say and I say apprentice. Yes, I know buy. A full package near the bra Ghana so only new economy. And we could in central region or bobo economic management. Me no mini akwacho in the trauma and answer me jemfi. So you are part of the team now mess up the economy. So if you can say team ninya, untimi ka say me dey me share one go nti lose no menka ho. Adene ya share 2 hours say me na share Facebook. Is that what they are telling us? At the end of the day, there will be here scores. All right.
So we don't look at the personality and what the person can offer. We look at the party.
Personality Kwabena, Bawumia no. Nyam no one in can also your campaign with Kruma because how he spoke in this country, how he spoke with regards to the economy of Ghana. Where is he today? Where is he? Where is he? Master, we should be serious a bit because you see, and we've taken Ghanaians for granted. May refer to we politicians, and I like how and then the Bieba system no mono. Say. Omu share no money e kasa ntina make say start engagement no I mean I enlighten me am ahuniema people so omu share no money e kasa at times see na what they tell us see tap into their wisdom you better sell more than what we set as a caucus as a cabinet as one there be so the reality on the ground ni say na nado abanya bedi mfia nwotwe oni Alhaji Bawumia mfia nwotwe na obedi ye na oka kire say ba na economy ani nyina ye Bawumia no onim hwe and then Alhaji wa condemn ye utisi techima o se emfasti anoma na wa menu ya James akosa so wa ko magazine akogisia de ahye papa nsem na wo si zo wani free ye kasi a ye to disi form na de mani pa nya kam ni etena de ko
ti mambu so now we kan economy no asem no yesterday there was a political aid to Alhaji Mahmoud Mawioha he was a question Kofi Tonto Kofi Tonto no
see we jabo gane
me was a question about the economy omudwane free ho amoka ho asem and he made mention of say onwane now before the economy betimi a thrive no they must work through the digitalization.
Okay.
Nti that is the question. Say omo say digitalization and the bebuama economy. Nti yes we dwane from the economy na mo bosa questions.
Na senior anadwuma na asem we dey what be that. Economy no. Brofia come dey na wadodo.
Digitalization.
Any part of Ghana. Omo na the IT system ni ade ba kruma.
Say dem ka say 24 hours no e dey man. Omo so
omo ye specific say choba. Bawumia na ne kanya na me ka hye na no on the campaign platform. O say choba bi ye aduane anadwo. Ye policy na nye choba asem ne ye ka. This IT sense why no omo dey bo omo ho safo hene na. Aban ben na abobra wo mu chen President Mahama aban no. Data center kese na ye. Why na ye ni na? That is part of the economy. Good. But ye ka imrebi. Open to me. Now ye CD lecture. Distinguished Speaker Series. Okay. Sana ni title no. Unim Professor Yanka. The ebe ye biona no ye chairman. Ni ye was Central University anameboa. And the Central University yanto opununum engui. Professor Yanka is there. So when the CD was around, and dollar near 3.9, no, now ye distinguished Speaker Series. Utimi ye a topic, no, how to arrest the dollar. Look at the crutching here was
over the key to the IGP.
Crutching here was young woman. Utimi someone and Yansanfu was how to arrest the dollar. Na Kwabena swa botai etia. No be yakof tam na na bia be so no afra kente ye be kire na how to arrest the dollar. And the same nipa or two ayampia ni nyina say ye ma ne medi Ghana konwa. So the simple question I yebusa na say And some now can some rene edit to me no man. It is saying they talk about it.
Okay.
And also we ya we tiko kum wedra. Say digitalization ame ye ho adwuma. Na den ye kra ne ma no wo China ne UK ne America na ye de digital ne kra.
Dollar and
dollar near the crack.
Anyway.
Talk about the dollar in the city today, and it is hovering around 16 point something Ghana cedis. We left it around 4.2. Now when you be a chrono. So such character, these on principal characters, they have nothing positive for this country because the business manner within your 8 years, wo gune jumano. Oh man, assurance is 4 years, yeah, 4 years. Obesan the pejene jumensio. So look at this scenario. We have a government of the day. Ye pass e-levy. O kind of see your parliament. Omo MPs, near MPs, ebo atwede. Because they told us to say, ye pass e-levy. Ye betimi de aya akwan bebre. Nti ye betwa tom any twam. Ye pass e-levy. Ye de be more job opportunities. E-levy, sa time na chen yakobam. O kind time. Yare bia na esa. At the end of the day, ye see entiase ye dane ntokwa wo mrahye bedwafie. Ya pass e-levy. Omoka chere say ye pass e-levy omonko IMF. Me a menu John Kuma, baby obi anyame fa ne currency. I was very close to him.
Yeah.
John can be. Kinoforiata can be. Alaji mu nyina ko kan bi. Enne ya pass e-levy na wie. Ye wie na mu Ghana fo nti. Na mo san be ka chere je se moko IMF kan ho. So they are on principal characters. Omo nye nokwafo. After going to the IMF, mo be ka chere se fa ho bo ko speed too much. Nti mo the gold for oil eba meboa. Good for now another scam. IMF policy document no they buy no. Oman criticize the mode of business and good for oil near. So they came to scam the system, and now this is where we are.
All right.
And you can't say the Oman nipa no board dam no na chire dam for.
Okay.
What am I say? Wona wako fire yare na ba fi. Yesi e pe yare na dura say wo me homa me fama. Na wo anu adura nka wansa ho yare. Nti obi si oba obetwa 11 wote ya na osi wahuri misu metwa mu chese Ghana for ya dwen adwuma.
All right.
What the betting tax aba obi si obetwam wote si obi si obetwa so misu me ba metwa mu What the COVID levy aba tie me COVID yare ekum nipa yare e call lockdown yare aye bo ho bosia ewie na momodidi yare no ho kura chan yare na nkasa no woje ye ho to me yare no manya bi but anytime you obetu kwan a obebia no du airport a omokwete omo company frontier adbc wona na omoje $100 $150 Nigerian company ifemi adito lamo ne kofa ba be dey atu masefo no ene these crooks in government they have the guts telling us to say on betwa COVID levy or they think Ghanaians are not reasonable enough. So the people of Ashanti the people of Ashanti omo dey meaning say omo take omo for granted because na po be kan o ha say Ashanti man dey omo hia ni t-shirt we ye don beto abama. But I was saying nipa oma wa adwimu bie say ene ne ochena o madachi wankasa odachi ne sen enra ne nam RCC area ho ena ban we better as akonwa so state lands e wokroma nyina o maton afa nya hanko an go to my region sunyane forestry commission be a uni e wo no aban sase wo ho nyina yaton Isbeth hotel achi rich experimental school no crasas ne atwa ton the ama MPP regional organizer. Look at them.
Eric, I'll come back to you. My main kind message is Nafi Mensang Emra. Good morning, KOD. Our living condition will have been much worse under Mahama and the NDC if they are to be in power by now. Everything will have been sold thrice the price as of today and 30 cedis to the dollar. Nana Bawumia and the MPP have done very well for maintaining the free SHS. Kudos. Dagring Ewo Amsterdam and all the way Abraham and Anopay. We say this is coming from Labisti, texting from Big Bekwai, Kensri. In fact, I'm wet. Losing a great family like this is not easy. Greetings to the incoming MP lawyer Akwesia Mofajman, the great incoming MP. Okay, ono edia odiaba maintain message na say but I've read it as I'm supposed to. Good morning, KOD. I like Eric J's level of communication, and this will win this year's election. Greetings to Honorable Julius Debra, former Chief of Staff, staff. And then Gabriel Aga from Apia or Fenso. Okay, ono dia odi about we say I am Francis from Anomabo. Please ask the NDC guy if he says Useless is not insult as we understand it locally. Then ask him if his or her son tells him as a daddy. Come on, will you be happy with that? Since it is not an insult, but locally and culturally, it is an insult to tell him from former president was wrong in saying so. Politics. Anyway, no, and they are Arab lie from a friend of One Love. Thank you for the good job. It is possible. Okay, also there or the Aban Shifman Watonsu Kumasi. I say the majority leader is indeed, okay, let me read it this way. It is good that the Supreme Court has thrown the applications of the Speaker away. We should all, as Ghanaians, especially the Speaker, learn to maintain and respect the dignity of the judiciary and stop the political play. Ghana deserves better. My vote is for the visionary candidate, Dr. Bawumia. Breaking the 8 is possible. Hashtag Bibiabe fine. We a shift man a dear and Kyodi, what is the NDC man saying? He says Mahama, who will implement it, say disco and Kokon Ketinkete, they should spare our ears, Prince, and the way our brain. I say, hi, Kyodi, to digitalize is the modern way to fight corruption and to build a proper way for a solid foundation for the economy. That's the right way the Netherlands went to be where they are today. Dr. Bawumia is indeed the economic messiah. Vote and vote massively for him to move Ghana forward. Mahama is a person of the past, daggering Amsterdam. And assign Eddie Way and so a brain. Yana Erica J, a deputy spokesperson at the Mahama campaign, and in the Bawumia attached to the running mates, Professor Jenana Opoku Achiman. Yeah, so you may be a microphone kakra, but my memory record now minti.
You have been on the campaign. You said that I can say 38 days. Eric, come on, for what do you hear? What do you see? Because your hair said the Bawumia ko baby na man him for ni man for don so no John Mama's ko baby no man don so no. Why your politics are check?
Implications no there.
You see me the kakra me hono. Sa endorsement near the Adamuzini, me the yana mentioned I'm fan of you know the reason why I make it. So only traditional authorities share or any be the open same point to be benefitemu. And it's when you ben a boboano, I was so tom rade or can somewhere detro. So chine be unya quenya or bekaino.
And Nana the only
Miss Rad, I'm a camera.
Sorry, the Okanasane, you let you the deal.
Yes, I'm like Casade. Good. Okay, and I'm rather.
You let you the deal.
On Becca Casade at show.
Yes.
In Tiana, you see, Nipebia per Hua, Yenamui. Uye Nipa. Uye Juma, no be boa baswa. Whether say you and you. Who cry be unim say ye ba na do na say ye ba obi abo abaso no unim say wa ye ni. And that is where I thought that na me your leadership traditional ne some opinion leaders for problems.
Common kind of pain.
I thought that they are the exact people to speak true to power.
Pain you can't
know. But because of interest. Or hene na obo Bawumia baso no. Obekọ ne petemu na galamse ase ni nsuo nyina. Timamufu wo se yenyan nsuo nom. Wahene so ntimi nko galamse. Aban so na te task force here di galamse. E na aban kro na mpanimfo ye galamse. Think at the right opportunity when you know punching it straight. You are the head of the police council. O kan police for na asrafo bo mu si ye be ko galamse ntokwa. Ene ye nsuo na sei. Wo se ye ma wakwanya ma homra biem. Die na obetumi ayafa ho. No chief will ask this. Because the same one
in some baby you on my catch
the same one in the petemu no mu hia janan bia omu hia market enti all best rade wo ho no aka ne amamre mu no o ko srade wo bi ho na odi kan criticize na adane boache bidin nti e toda yes e toda ye kwa ye je hwaho na obi wo piefi ahemfi okra okọ nim say fans we dey wrong fans
yeah mo mutimi
oh yes
so we dey
waka odi ama nti wona wase okoda adwene won se de na kan ne nkire se na nko an eto aba no
yeah
na mpesu aso ho no everyone is assessing you. Nana is just one person.
Okay.
You see, the northern part of our country, the politics there is different from the southern part. The northern part, the traditional rulers, their words are so powerful in a way.
Or influence.
Yes. Obet me, ye corner or Upper East last 2 weeks, in route 2 weeks. The very day na near best start here tono. And the 2 quarter 2 or bokono. The other chief in the coin. So you're sorry anopa and a crunch meeting the course say. No, we can't campaign. Do you know why we can't campaign? Boko or hine na or boko the legitimate one now will be any so ye boko na bano. A Kusasi area. So what I say? So Garu, Zibila, Timpani, Boko, those enclaves na near kwa problem. They all support the chief. What I say? In today na you could do your start your probona na omode mampusi one so call ya e 2 to 2 you know. So we sat as political leaders. No, we can't campaign. So we visited the chief at the palace. And the command Kasachere. And the whole day itinerary na was here, you know. A journey and back to a hotel. Intina make us say, but say this side ni see ya. Say a see ebia sunyane.
You can still do your
yeah, call your sampa, yemfa ho. Yeah, call time yemfa ho. But some parts are different.
Okay.
Inti say okọ that area. Na sa ahemfo no kasa. Untimi mfa ne say they have one can no. That one me I must be frank, I'm a politician.
Yeah.
Because a hono ade na ohene ne beka no. The masses ne hwehwe. And most of our chiefs here in the southern parts, me papa your ohene, let me be frank to you, maza. I thought that some are more politicians than us. Because of
kind of creature.
Yes, some internet message some
of them.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that some are more politicians than us. Because we'll be both and say me the way nature of Numa. The fact is that maybe you are in interest, I'm not part of them. You are part of them. But no subjects in any one side. Until you speak in the interest of your subject.
Yeah.
So for them applauding as chief, yama percentage, yama say, Massa, media obeka. But me Eric just seated here. Nyana na me dey ejuma.
Mami Musa
fans ni bo ehu.
Mami Musa
more fans na whole district club bia. Because ohene no ne community no problem.
Be o jina no nyina ho.
Mami Musa fears it as no sense.
Yes,
this is one of the punches I na before the mamu because Priao Nyama Ba features from almost side. The former president Ekase the phrase has come to stay. Now still MPP for no and and that is the message. How will you
Oh, I'm say. There be a mechan. You know MPP for now. So unimomo pa.
Minim Ghana for
omo no omo din no masesa na be MPP omo nananom na UP for na ntidin ya asesa no obia mo ne homodin wo Ghana da apart from them omo nananom na de bomb ma akwala grenade o se den so mfa nkoma kwa menkroma omo nananom ni
there just so
na UP for asefo na member you see we are politicians abai bia ni ho beba onye bibia ebebo man. But these are people, if you are not with them, whatever you do is bad. Now we are ye copy is central market. You know, say na no open so.
You also say most of them baby and yamofe.
Me say obi to central market dwom. Ye the microphone na si na no ye ni interview. O say you are no too for na si ye. Ya policy na adwene now ye ni hwe nyi. But what I am telling you is free SHS as a policy are about to stay. And this UP tradition for no. Your constitution, the modern day MPP for we. Omo kra mo ba.
Omo nchurubi.
Nya omo say edwamfo ne hwanhwanfo ne de omo kogu omo no IQ no was rich they will never come there. Enti sa consultative assembly na de ye no hwan mo na chroe. Hwan mo no chroe say mre bi beso. E wo say de FQ e ba. Hwan mo na chroe say mre bi beso SHS say ye ni progressive. Hwan mo na chroe say mre bi beso e wo say ye ni wholesale mo bi akobi. Aside that, yes, started free SHS, not northern part of our country. I won't enjoy. And no NDC are buying pens. What is he try and
No, they are talking about Kwaya more fast because and they make us say I like Mahmoud Bawumia questions no raised back who was about.
I'm not ready for his question. Yebusa 5. Bring the solution for 5 questions. I was maybe so 50. Ubusa Miss after 170 questions. Past question why? Where's the past question? That man himself is a mess like the economy.
I'm not speaking on behalf of the man.
Yes, but you are asking me.
No, Mibusa on behalf of Ghanaians.
No,
because
and the money deal because no. Yes, and then no one say Mbusa. On the Ghana phone, no one say Mbusa. How he spoke. You ask 170 questions. For past question, no brand new solution now. You busa 5, I can't say. Mensu busa 50. Obusa why mo? Power na where ho. Time I know kasa opposition obusa 170. You on the case or any power to do anything. And now you have the power. And they are asking you questions, and you're also battling with another questions. Let's put that aside. Free SHS, the northern part na ye Jumano, NDC, Rollins Spence HM, Professor Mel Spence HM, Mahama Spence HM. Progressive free SHS now you're starting it end of 2015 Ebano. And no, na Ghana for in any say day students in a sonko. And a President Akufo-Addo Swaba, and also host Obiankobi. So where from this Yebitrum? Almost a President Mahama Kasi ebe review no. A whole President Akufo-Addo to make us a review means cancellation. They are our colleagues. Yeni omone kwa sorry. Ye nam for aside politics. Yeni omone class. Into your take classroom, you catch us a review and just say cancel no. You see, every policy you implement, oko when him was so now share with you say is the policy doing well. We all criticize policies. And until politicians, we or say na kameye no, what the mamia. Yes, implementation of the policy na by what challenges was your tenase near address. Even Charles Eka. Look at this. Come I use word be look at senior kwanya first feed free SHS for no. Me manko school mi krom there. But the na minim say every Monday and ye di sampedja. Secondary school na wo mikrom no mo bom shika Monday no dra car na front na bezat ho accountant ho ni school driver ni etisi sampedwam ni yakodi dwa ni nyina de enkwada ni bedi ni na hotwe no mu no yekoto odwam ni ede aba na boost the local economy there nti dwamfo no mo beton barre wo sampedwam no secondary schools ahodo be enum na wo ho no obi koto barre yato ne barre nti ne barre no empro ma yemfa nkogu ho. You're decentralizing even the feeding aspect of it. Aban way buyer or say a buffer stock and a be feeding all senior high schools. And ya food supply na many party for Kituebi. Until we wait make us say buffer stock ya cry a school for ni na mo aba mon high car ebi amomra regional capital na mo melodu mo mfanko. Obekọ mu nso ye nokre ne enka. Okọ me regional e mo dodo na edi e fa na Ivory Coast. Me meti border town. Inti etimi koso asa na ema ni nyina na de begu regional capital se momra ne enche mamo. Na just imagine say obi o watachima market na akumfiam your secondary school watachima na wo koto bayire begu Kumasi so onfa ka mefa bayire gu Kumasi mfa nko tachima. Does it sound
mra bayire bu watachima
mra bayire bu watachima
anyway?
So that is some of the issues are here raised say because of that no am I even kwada no adidie mu kra na ye problem everyone is aware because channel na efa so no enchobo na ebe free mu no ketua bi na konkwala no ho form. So decentralize it. Allow the headmasters at the various secondary schools to operate. Give the monies to them. Said the near yene caneno. Into your cassia bani ebe we chesi betram. Ebiem yes a double track. What they are by. Obesha boss double track. Ya be 2-3 years na ko. Iwi ene chenyi bro for na see a friend transition. O ye den double track na. Enkwada no eda so exist. Into say you criticize o say see infrastructures ebema double track in everywhere. Echese obi bo betwam. We've said it. Ebiem yesen kwada no enema ahodo a wo hye omo boss omo ko school mo de be mo no. Nyesa na tie. Ene school bia ne prospectus. Obi ko school a ne prospectus no obe check e kanko ano na bia 7,000. So where from the free? Are the parents not going to pay? Because previously the message was do you hear any admission letter? We admission akokwa. The aka be abind the bema. But things are changing. So you sit, ask questions. The headmasters are there. Those players in the education sector, omoye well vested are there. Consult them. This senior, yekoka we so a mosi eba ebetwam. President Mahama can say free SHS about to stay. Aside that, the next government na ebano, there's going to be a funding for free SHS. Ye debe emraibe ka ho sa ban bia obeba no. Ye nimsa allocation from here eko free SHS. Enye de ekotem bi wo ha, ne yakotem bi wo ha. Ye se aduane ni ho, ne yaka tro se next week aduane beba. E wo ho a enkwada ne timidi breakfast, rice water, ewia, emo, enyumre, emutuo. Why? Because resources no enko form in order of importance say the whole economy, and we will talk about it.
All right.
And your mabusu for nkwa na ko free SHS no.
Thank you.
Now omo implement free SHS no. Community day adan na esisi no. Omo ba omo mfa nipa nko. Omo na see.
Thank you very much.
Ye dey adan no koy.
Me time
Professor Mills no, ye papa ko for. Odi 4 years by. Unim say me ko oti, o say tutu. Odi 4 years ne ba ya, ye nuanom bi. Na omo da the previous as 1, as 2, as 3 class one and no more that. Professor Mills better na kunya so a or started say gidigidi adansi no ye nyi omo nkogu dan no. So what are they talking about?
Thank you very much, Eric. My time now so. Thank you very much. Eric J deputy spokesperson.
Ni aba no obetu bi senior so betu. Into the mamenye campaign chere mu mienu. Oni amode.
Oh, ye mienu de.
Ye say yes.
Ye bi adeni ye 50 plus 1. Adeni ye 50 plus 1. Adeni ye 50 plus 1. Nti wo ani hia me. That's my road. Nti ye best ready for tiawa madam asene akwanya amode am but ye best ready. Elections or consequence.
Tabo da so da number 8 na.
Ye da ha bibianse sa.
Bibianse sa. E ho na beda.
Oh, ye den. Se bibi besesa ene ye be ye hwanyan, obi abesesa. Se ye ko baloto. Ye baloto na da one na ko 10 na. Na so number 10 na so. Enti ye be share asanteman. NDC as a political party. Ye party a asanteman puntu da yakoma so. Alright. Ye bebetena konwa so. Munim de ye. Aside everything. Yankase asanteman ento abamaye in the greater proportion no, but there was ye wo ha bia ye. All right. Nti se moma ya kwenya edwa hodo na akeka ho no uncompleted projects a ne ye ya aban ba ya yintimi nto aso KGTF phase 2 na adane boachi bidin no ye be ye nti moma ya kwenya.
Thank you very much. Eric J, deputy spokesperson, Mahama campaign out is in the income extensively. Yami Shaw and the self pass. Over Yapon. Yako. Yami had much. Yabesa Asia. Yakramo Yasoso, Ama Se Julaka, and the sports school about Twasso, no more de Agudi Hunsem Abrain. A crap yes, Albediacom. And exchange media yede ebro Stephen Kwache director here na Kwame Sunday every sound Isaac Ansu and the camera na echi MCR4 any technician on duty and so a boy afei oti nyako abranoma chima and afei akia ye boy siama and sonka yes so na sports mid production atwaso amamo bye bye.
Right back. We'll be gotta pay some bills.
Hey, put your phones in the air. Hey, wave your awesome cameras. Why the party, babe? You awesome like Samsung Galaxy. Hey, get out the way, get out the way. Make way for the boss. Get out the way, You need long-lasting battery life for this party. Take a picture of my sister. Boss. Choose a phone like a boss. Show me your Samsung Galaxy. Wave till this morning. Boss. Take a picture of my sister. Boss. Choose a phone like a boss. Show me your Samsung Galaxy. Then a baby mommy. Boss. Get out the way. Make way for the boss.
Kumasi, get ready! The moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. SG Mall, the city's delight, is officially opening. We have a lineup of activities to celebrate this exciting news. Starting 8 November with pomp and pageantry at 10 a.m. And later at 7 p.m. we bring you the Mifri Kumasi fashion show and music extravaganza. On Saturday 9th November, join us for the longest convoy ever to hit Ghana. To promote